Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Hope everyone's well. Happy Friday.
Hi, Kay.
Okay.
Cajun. Hi, Mr. Francie. And Lisa says, hi, everyone. Hoping to start finding love at the Christmas market. I've been meaning to for a few hours, but I have been distracted. All right.
Nice.
Sounds like a cute one.
That Joe thing.
And Kay says, is that a Joe thingy? I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is in
Reading.
reference to.
I'm hoping to finish my current read, The Chance to Fly by Ali Shooker, and then start Afterlife of Holly Chase.
Nice.
I have been waiting for The Chance to Fly to come in so I could do the buddy read with you, Mr. Francie, and it still says like there's a 2-week wait, so I guess everybody wants to read it, and so don't get to. Jillian, hi. And Kate is reading Iron Widow. Okay, if you haven't told me what you're reading, go ahead and tell me what you're reading. And Tiffany, what are you reading?
I am reading a +1 for murder. And if anybody else is doing the buddy read or reading that, Laura Bradford is going to come to the channel on January 9th.
I haven't started it yet, but I got it.
I'm really I'm really, really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. And then I'm also on ebook starting Mistletoe, Moussaka, and Murder, the number 5 in the Kebab Kitchen.
Which I need to start. So once I get done with one of my ebooks, I need to start that. And I'm reading Dream Spies by Nicole Lesbrance. It is a middle grade. It is the last book in a duology, the Night Thief duology. So
nice. Oh, everyone, hello. If I didn't say hello to you specifically, I just
reads. And Anita says he's reading Midnight Snacks Are Murder by Libby Klein.
Ooh. Yes.
I was waiting for that to sink in.
I know. I was looking at Mr. Francie's comment, and I was like, oh, is something wrong with my sound?
I think he's saying that your book sounds good.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And Julian says, I'm still at work, so I'll be hanging out with y'all in the chat and sprinting during my drive home. Safely, of course. That's good.
Of course.
Safety
of course,
first.
Julian. Hi, Mel.
Hi, Mel. Oh, are you guys reading the same thing? It says me too, Anita.
Oh, nice.
Hello, Rhea.
That's the Libby Klein. Excellent. Yeah. I'll be interested to hear what everybody has to say about In Peppermint Peril. Cozy, are you reading that now? I think Cozy said
I think she started it today.
I think she did
it
too.
It was not my favorite Cozy. Didn't like it very well.
Yeah, well, I don't know if we should say too much yet. Like, because I also have a lot of thoughts on it too. So I just wondered, Jillian's reading it. Oh, Mel said she just finished it. Interesting.
Yeah, there's been a few of us that have finished it and everything.
I'll send you a private message.
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't know if you're in my like buddy read Discord, but we've been talking about it in there
because I cannot figure out how to join anybody's Discord.
I'll have to send you a link.
I used to, I know, but Books and Bops had a link, and then I still couldn't get it to work. Said something first about Safari wouldn't do it. I don't know, and I'm like, I'm already on Discord. I don't know. I'm sure it's user misfunction, as in me, but
it could be.
It could be. That's very nice of you, Storm.
That's what I tell my dad all the time. He can't figure something out. I said, it's probably operator error. So Nancy says, hi, everyone reading Mistletoe, Moussaka, and Murder. And now I'm going to make moussaka next week, except with ground beef instead of lamb. I don't even know what moussaka is. So I guess they'll probably learn whenever I read the book.
Like an eggplant and meat dish, but I might be thinking of something else.
Says, oh, I may join you, Tiffany. I've been meaning to start +1 for murder in the next day or two. I'm just obsessed with the premise. Yeah, I do like the premise. And she's like one of my favorite authors because I've read quite a few of her. I haven't read any. I think she has another name, doesn't she? That she
Elizabeth Lynn Casey.
Yeah, I haven't read any of those, but
Oh
all
my
of like the Laura Bradford ones I have read.
Yes, and the Southern Sewing Circle that she writes as Elizabeth Lynn Casey is one of my favorite series of all time. And if I like, my list is pretty massive. I think it had like 15 series on it or something when I did my first video, but that would be in the top 3. The Southern Sewing Circle by
I'll need to try that one.
It's so good.
It says Tiffany, I'll be listening to +1 Murder when you're finished.
Yay.
All right. And Melmac says, I just finished in Peppermint Peril, going to start slashing through the snow. All right.
I can't wait to hear what people think.
And Melanie has, I have too many books on the go. I don't know what to read. I know how you feel because I'm like in the middle of like 5, I think. So,
well, I will gladly choose. No kidding. I'm kidding.
That's like, give us a list. We'll pick one for you.
Yeah. We'll take a vote. Well, no.
Elizabeth, hi everyone. I'm reading Mistletoe, Musaka, and Murder. She's on chapter 13.
Wow, you're nice.
How are you liking it, Elizabeth? Is it a good one? And Cozy is going to start Peonies and Poison by London Lovett on ebook. I haven't picked up an ebook in a few days.
Nice.
Mr. Francie says, sorry to freak you out.
Well, I was just reading it wrong, I think.
Hi, Jane. Good morning. And Lisa said, I did some spreadsheet math and realized I have 152 unread books on my shelf, and I've read 103 books so far this year.
Wow, that's amazing.
I don't want to know how many unread books I have on my shelves because it's way too many. Too many. Melva, I can't wait to hear your thoughts on slashing through the snow. Oh, Mr. Francie wants to know. And Cozy said, did you finish in Peppermint Peril, Tiffany? I'm on chapter 2 only. Everyone is discouraging me, but I'm liking it so far.
I did.
Oh, and Melanie DNF'd in Peppermint Peril. Okay. And Anita, I love the slashing.
Yeah, I don't want to. Oh, I'm sorry. I feel like it's not that I'm trying to be mysterious. I just don't want to influence anybody to like not read it or love it or, you know, not that my opinion does that, but I'm just saying. So I'm like, okay.
Well, I know Lee read the second one and said it was a little bit better, but she thinks that maybe she likes to write more mystery and not enough coziness is one of the problems. And I just thought it threw you right into the thing. You know, it's like you didn't get to know anybody. You were thrown right into a tea party, and it was like, whoa, what's going on? That was my problem. I was like, oh no, Books and Bop, you need to use the default iOS. That's how I got on Books and Bop. So a default, you do know you're talking to Tiffany, right?
This is true.
I just got a +1 for Murder today, but I'm going to read it in January before the chat with Laura Bradford. I'm waiting until January. Too many Christmas books to read this month. I feel you. I know.
I hear you. It came in and I was like, okay, I am so excited to read this premise in this new series. And I absolutely love the author, like Storm said. But I understand completely, Mel.
Hi, Cheryl. Moussaka is like a Greek lasagna, except with sauteed eggplant and spices like cinnamon. Oh, okay. Cozy said the Southern Sewing Circle is in my top 3 most anticipated series to try next year. It's not on my list, but I should probably put it up there because I would like to try it. If I can find them. What's the first one called?
So Deadly.
So Deadly. Okay. And Cajun said, that sounds wonderful. Yeah, that does sound pretty tasty. Ray said, oh, I am really interested in the Southern Sewing Circle too. Generally, I really want to try more Southern series. If anyone has a favorites, let me know. Okay, well, it's 10 after, so do you want to go ahead and do a reading sprint, and I'll catch up with the chats later because everybody's really chatty today.
Sure.
Okay, so We shall go to 40.
Yes. Sounds good. I'm going to turn my Christmas tree on and grab some coffee.
All right.
Be right back. Happy reading, everyone.
There you go. So, how did everybody's reading go?
Mine was really good. I have been really listening through this book. I only have, I don't know, wait, maybe 22 minutes left?
Cool.
Plus one for murder. I'm not positive though. Really, really like it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Her books are always kind of funny. And
Yes. Yes. That's why I really think you'd like the Southern Sewing Circle. Yes.
Yeah, I'll have to give that a try.
Yes, baby.
So Mel said she'd be happy to discuss In Peppermint Peril once everybody in the group's done reading it because she doesn't want to sway anybody.
I agree.
And Elizabeth says no complaints so far on the mistletoe moussaka and stuff, so that's good. And Cajun says the Southern Sewing Circle should be more popular.
I 100% agree.
I probably would have already read it by now if I actually knew that Laura Bradford done it, because I read most of what the cozies that Laura Bradford has done, but I didn't know about her other name until you guys started talking about it. See, Nancy says, and a bechamel sauce in moussaka. My recipe has a fake, I don't even know if I'm saying that right, bechamel to make. I don't have a clue.
Sounds good.
Cajun says, Mr. Francie, there are so many Southern set cozies. What other parameters? Oh.
Yes, I do have a lot of Southern stories that I was thinking of that I really like.
So Cheryl will be reading Peppermint Peril next week. Okay. And Mel said, Mr. Francie, I hope I'll like Slashing Through the Snow. I like the other two. Very festive. Yeah.
Yes, it was really good.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was either. Said Cajun, I'm going to give it a try because it's sounder. It must be the sauce, maybe. There was a button below on the link for the book and books and bops, Tiffany. You just had to use that one.
Thanks, Nancy. I'll give it a try. I tried several times, but
I'm going to send you the link to mine and see if you can make it work, and you'll know if it's just Discord or maybe the link was bad that you tried that one.
Well, I tried to do somebody else's. It might have been yours, but yeah, send me the link and I'll try to go directly, but I was having all sorts of trouble.
And Cozy says, we will discuss In Peppermint Peril the third Saturday of December, probably fit it in after the kebab discussion.
Sounds good.
Don't want to push it off for January, so then we'll forget about it. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Cheryl said she's still reading Apple Cider Slaying. I haven't been able to read much the last few days.
Gotcha. I love that book.
Roommate's cat has adopted me. Oh, that's good. And Nancy said at Cajun, yeah, it's with yogurt, egg yolks, and something else I forgot.
Huh.
And Leanna, hi there. And she said, started reading Fat Cat Takes the Cake by Janet Cantrell.
Who I think is a pen name for somebody back.
Mr. Francie said, sorry, I don't understand the question. But it turns out good.
I think, Mr. Francie, I think that she's saying like there's a lot of Southern series. So would you want like Southern and craft or Southern and food or Southern and like, can you make it more specific? I think is the question.
Yeah, condense it down to like what kind of Southern book, I guess. And Cody said, Leanne, what number is that? I'm really curious about the Fat Cat series. Oh, and it was, I was going to say, I didn't know if Mr. Francie wanted to know Southern. It was at Rhea, I think, that wanted to.
Oh, gotcha. Well, then that makes
chat moved and she got
really like, I don't know what you're talking about.
The chat moved and she got the wrong name.
Happens to me all the time, Cajun.
Yeah. And thank you, Cozy. It's making me sweat. Actually, it's kind of hot in here because we were like 70 degrees. But tonight it's going to be like 32.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah, it is so all over the place. And then tomorrow's high is like only 44. And so Kay says 2 weeks today it will be Christmas Eve and Christmas Day for Mr. Francie and Jane. Yeah.
Wow, wowzers.
Don't remind me it's getting that close. And Mr. Francie, I have Death by Chocolate Cherry Cheesecake literally started staring at me in the face. It's killing me that I have 9 books to get through before it.
That's the Sarah Graves, right?
I'm not sure.
I think so.
And Jane says, I've been trying to remember the names of one of my favorite Southern series and finally found it, Miss Julia's series by Anne B. Ross. It's an older one, but a goodie. I think that's one that Elizabeth likes, ain't it?
Yes, it is good too. Yes.
Never tried that one. Mr. Francie, I've read Death by Chocolate Cherry Cheesecake. That's a mouthful. I've learned it's actually a spin-off series, though, and the characters are from The Home Repair is Homicide by Sarah Graves. Ah.
I thought that's the one it was.
So you can read both series separately and be fine, but I decided to read The Home Repairs is Homicide series first. I'm on book 4. It's definitely graphic and violent for a cozy series.
Ooh.
That's because it's like one of the older cozy series that I don't think necessarily were cozy back in their day, but now people are categorizing it as cozy. I think that's what throws some people off.
Gotcha. What's wrong, Cairo, buddy? That's okay.
It's an older series and what I like to call edgy cozy mysteries. Yeah, the Chocolate Cherry Cheesecake series definitely more cozy. And Cajun, yes, and on audiobook, I'm on book 4. Yeah, it's not cozy, but I love it. The Home Repair, that is. Okay. Cajun, I enjoy it too. I can only handle so much fluff, so I like to read those whenever I want something a little deeper. And with you, Cozy, since all you do is read cozies, you probably do enjoy the edgier cozies when some of us who read cozies for the fluff would prefer the fluff.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point.
Yeah. And so Cajun says, true cozy. I just love the characters in the series, and there's a lot of growth within it that I'm really like seeing. I'm reading, hi, Susan. And says, I'm reading Swamp Sweets by Jana De Leon. It's number 21 and the latest in the series. Just finished Game On by Janet Ivanovich. And it's the latest in the series, number 28. And I stay caught up on those 2 series. Love them.
Oh my gosh. I loved the first book in the Misfortune series. It was probably my favorite read this year. I am just getting ready to start number 28. Game On. Very excited.
I put the Janet Ivanovich series on my series to try next year. So
yay.
I'll try it.
It's one of those series, to me, it's probably the only other series that's close to the series that Thou Shall Not Be Named. And the only reason I'm talking about it, I'm not talking about the actual series or the books or anything else. I'm just saying, like, that series, no matter how many she puts out, or as torturous as sometimes I find it, I'm going to read it. That's probably the same way with the Stephanie Plum. Now, I enjoy the Stephanie Plum a lot more than the other one. But I'm just saying, if it got to the point, because it is kind of redundant a lot, and it's so comical that it's okay to me. It doesn't bother me. It's actually like a comfort. But even if it did take a turn, I'm still going to finish out the series, no matter what she does.
Yeah. And I was going to mention something. Everybody was calling the Chief Inspector Gamache series, with like Still Life and all those, the Louise Penny. Cozy mystery adjacent, but I don't know this last one, and I don't know if it's just this last one, but there is so much cussing in it, it's crazy. It's like the F word like all the time, and I'm like, I don't know if and now I'm thinking, were the other books as bad, or is it just this last one? But I'm not really liking this latest one. I don't.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And see, Leanne said she got 19 pages done.
Nice, Leanna.
And Jane is, I am rereading Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, page 21. I like that series.
Nice.
Cajun has read 11%.
Of course.
And Julian got up to 50%. All right.
Wow, nice.
And Melmac, I am reading the first 2 chapters, 23 pages. The body was just found.
Excellent.
I don't think I've ever rooted so hard for someone to be the victim. I'm going to be disappointed if it's not her. That's
What
funny,
is she
Kaden.
reading? I'm trying to figure out what is
Was
she
she
reading?
reading the Libby Klein one? I don't remember.
Oh my gosh, I'm trying. I'll find it in the chat while you're.
And Mr. Francie says, "Oh, that couldn't have been more perfectly timed. Was called away and made it back right at 40 after 20
Oh,
minutes away from finishing Chance to Fly. Oh, about 20 minutes away. Okay." And Elizabeth, I was cooking dinner during that sprint, so I listened to Murder at Irish Christmas by Carleen O'Connor. I need to read more in that series. I have only read one so far. It's another one of those. I read one. Elizabeth said, I will be willing to do a series read along of the Southern Sewing Circle. I think there are 12, so it would take all year. Yeah. That sounds like a cool idea. It says, Store, I was going to say your hair looks gorgeous. Well, thank you. I'm just not used to it being down and it feels funny. So I'm always.
All right. So I looked through all the comments. Yeah, I'm sorry. I haven't heard the last couple of comments I was trying to find. And I don't see what Cajun's reading. Cajun, can you tell us
Well,
what
because
you're
I
reading?
think she
If you did, I
said,
missed it.
I'm reading that too. And one of them was reading the Libby Klein one. That's why I thought she was.
I think Anita said that to somebody else.
I don't know.
I think.
Cajun, remind us what you're reading.
Please.
And so Nancy said she is at 70% of was it Mistletoe, Musaka, and Murder. I don't blame you for putting the M, and M.
Storm, I think you're right. I think she is reading. Yeah, I think she's reading the Libby Klein.
And Cozy's got 19 pages of Peony and Poison.
Nice.
And the sewing series. Have you read Cat in the Stack by Miranda James? Fat Cat is Kate George.
I have not read either, but I like Kate George a lot. I like her old time taffy shop series. I don't remember the name of the series right now.
And Elizabeth says, I don't consider Miss Julia to be a mystery series, but more Southern humor. It's fantastic. And I thought she was one that talked about that quite a bit. And Cajun said, and George, the Southern Sisters series is wonderful.
Yeah, that's a good one. And then did you email me? I think so. Let me check in the next sprint. Let me see. The Southern ones, the two Southern that I know there's a ton, but the ones that I was thinking of was the Darling Delia's.
Oh yeah.
And the Magic Potion. Oh, and the third, no, I guess I'll just think of those two.
Mine's Southern. The Cajun Country one, that's Southern. It's Cajun Country. That's pretty Southern, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it says chocolate cherry cheesecake. Surely there's a rule that you must eat the food the book is named after.
There is a rule, Kay. You've never heard that? It's totally a rule. Wink,
Nancy,
wink, everybody.
Anytime it's an amateur sleuth, it's considered cozy. Even Anne Perry is considered cozy. Exactly, Storm. This subgenres and writing styles between series is huge. Yep. And Nelly says, I've chosen to read a little fantasy tonight. The Camelot Betrayal by Kirsten White.
Nice.
I think I have heard of that one. I think is it YA fantasy, I think. And Nancy says, I need to read Ivanovich. I've only read number 1, just too many books to read. I know, that's it. Like everybody mentions all these series, and I'm like, I want to read that one, and I want to read that one, and then my list is like way long, and I'm like, I can't do it all.
All the time, Storm. All the time.
I have no idea what series shouldn't be named.
Oh, it's a running joke. It's the oh my god. The
It's the Hannah Swenson.
Hannah Swenson series by Joanne Fluke. I've been calling it that series that shall not be named for a long time.
It's called that because before, when we first started these sprints, they would get on a little rant about that one. So now we just say it's the one that we shouldn't name so that we don't get sidetracked onto that. So
Yeah, like long rants.
yeah.
I can go off on a long rant. I did actually go off on a long rant in the video, and I don't like to talk bad about books because I could never write a book, and I'm amazed at authors.
Yeah.
But
So Cajun says, true at Nancy, especially back in the 80s or so, they weren't cozy like they are now. Yeah. I think any long, I don't know what that was supposed to be. And Ray said, Leanne, Cat in the Stacks is on my list for sure.
Yeah, it's on my TBR, so it's half the books and
yeah, I was gonna say, how many books is on your TBR?
Yeah,
like thousands. And Mel says, I also received a Murder You'll Regret Today, Bread Shop by Winnie Archer, another of my must read list this month. All right.
Another on my TBR. Oh, that would have been fun without naming what his sister. I did name it. Dang, that would have been fun.
Okay, so Anita says, what is the cozy that shall not be named? Okay, give me a hint. Well, we talked about it, so yeah. And Lisa says, I read some of my Bible in the sprint and just muted you to read chapter 1 of my book to get it started before midnight my time. Sorry. That's okay.
That's okay.
And Nancy says, I think long-term book series eventually wear you down. When you get to 30 in a series, they need to be really spread out for me so I don't get sick of it. That is true.
I agree, Nancy.
Up there, and she said, Anna Swan, it's the Groundhog Day but cozy mystery series.
You ain't kidding.
And yes, Libby Klein #2. Okay.
That was that. I binged that series so fast, Cajun. I read books, caught up from start to finish. One to, I don't know if it's 6 or 7 in like, I can't even tell you. It was a short amount of time.
So why don't we name it? It's just because we'll get on long spiels about it. Oh. Mr. Francie, because we ranted about the series so much for months that people and me and Tiffany got sick of talking about it. So it's one of our most famous cozy series, but it's so frustrating. It's one of those with a long-going love triangle, and everybody likes to rant about.
Oh, Storm!
I know it is. Okay, I'll quit.
So, I seriously did. If you want to hear my thoughts on it, specifically the love triangle nonsense, I think it's in the what do I not like about cozy mysteries video.
Do you have one of those? I have. Maybe I need to go back and look because
I have what I like and what I don't like. Just tropes I like and I don't like.
Were they like when you first started your
channel? Yeah, a long time ago.
Okay. Yeah, because I didn't go back and look at like your older one. So yeah, I need to go back and look and see what you said. So, and Cozy says, and as I've read all 28 books, hoping for a change, it makes me lose my mind. Yeah. And Cajun, it's the bad cozy talking. And Leanne says, Southern Trailer Park Mysteries are so much fun. Dean James under Ruthie Mae Evans' name.
That sounds fun. I think that I would like that.
And Mel said, oh, I saw Amazon today, Amanda Flowers' up-and-coming Amish candy shop. Peanut Butter Panic. Oh, now that sounds like a must-read right there. Available for pre-order. Jethro is on front and center of the cover. It's due in August and Thanksgiving themed. All right.
As he should be.
Hi, Nicole.
Oh, hold on. There we go.
And Nicole is reading Aunt Dimity's Death.
Oh, yeah.
And Cajun said, one of my cats had the middle name Jethro.
Nice.
And Nancy said, Cajun, I don't like too much fluff except once in a while. I read some cozies, but I read some cozies, but they're more of a palate cleanser for me. I enjoy them, but I need books with more substance to balance. And Elizabeth, see, this is how it starts. Yeah.
Not today. Not today.
And Cozy said, Mr. Francie, read around 10 or more Hannah Swenson books by Joanna Flunks, and you'll understand what we do. I only read one of them, but I've heard them talk about it so much that I'm cutting my losses now.
See, that's why, yeah. See, I don't want to do that.
But no, and that's because I hate love triangles to begin with. So if you're going to tell me it's like a never ending, then I'm just, there's no sense in it. I like the TV show though. But it's like totally different, I think. So Cajun says, I can see that, Nancy. I love the fluff, but most of my long runnings are from the 80s, so I get no fluff with those. Exactly, Elizabeth. That's why we can't talk or name it. Yeah. Oops, I missed one. There we go. Amanda Flowers is also writing a new series. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
And Nancy said, yeah, I think some people enjoy Fluke. So like Tiffany, I don't like to badmouth authors too much, as I could never write anything.
Yeah. Oh, that words right out of my mouth. I think it's incredible to be able to write a book. So.
And Mr. Francie says, I think I should add it to my ever-growing 2022 TBR. Yeah, what? Why not? You've got 250 or so on there already, right, Mr. Francie? And Mel says, Amanda Flowers is quite prolific. I think I read more series by her than any other author.
Well, The Candy Shop is one of my favorite series of all time, but I also love the Amish matchmaking series. But she was like my second author interview ever, and she was so nice. I still talk with her. She's going to come back on. She was going to do the holiday recipe swap, but I don't know if anybody follows her on Facebook, but she's building a house right now, and they're doing a lot of the work themselves. So she's like really, really busy. But I think she's going to come on when her new book comes out, or closer to when her new book comes out. But she was so great.
Cool. Cozy says, if you read one, you read them all. The love triangle isn't even the problem. It's the same book every time with a few words changed. Mr. Francie, do so at your own risk. For some reason, love triangles don't bother me. It's fiction, folks. It is fiction, but I get very invested in my characters, and I want them to pick the right one.
Well, I'm there for so much other stuff. I just don't. If you don't want to pick one, then don't. But I don't want to hear about it anymore.
And Cozy, she knows how to cast a spell. I've read all 28. She's doing something right.
Right. And I'm going to keep reading them. Hi, Melissa.
There says, hi, Stormy and Tiffany. Merry Christmas. Hope you're enjoying your weekend so far.
Oh, thank you. You too.
And said, exactly, Storm, 250 and growing. Yeah. And I have 6 more to complete the J.D. Robb's 55 books, and I've loved them all. Yeah, I keep saying I'm going to try that series, but then it keeps going and going and going. And I'm like, 55, that's so many. That's an investment. It's an investment in a series. Mr. Francie, maybe I'll start with the first one and see how I go. My mouth is zipped now. Me too, Cozy. I've invested too much not to see it through.
Yeah, no matter what happens, I'm going to keep reading. Plus, I will say that for me, it holds a special place because that was the first ever Cozy series that I read. And the first multiple of them, 10, 12, maybe even 15 of them are really, really good. I know Cozy said, read one, but I feel like that happened later in the series, at least in my opinion.
I take it back. I think I've read two of them because I think I'm up to, is number 3 the blueberry one?
I couldn't tell you by name.
I have one on my shelf somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think I was either up to number 3 or number 4, so I read more than I thought.
Okay.
Because I know I asked for one of the books for Christmas one year, and I think it's the one with the blueberry on it. I just don't know what it is. Whoops, I think I forgot to read that one. Tiffany, I love those 2 series too. Also, Magic Garden, Magic Bookshop, and her new Farm to Table series.
Yeah. I've read the first one in the Magic Bookshop, and I like it. I'm just not a huge paranormal fan, but the other ones I've really, really liked. And of course, the Amish Candy Shop's one of my favorites. And I can't wait to read the new Amish matchmaking book.
I read the first in the Magical Bookshop, and then like I just never read anymore. And then I reread it, and then I've read the second one, and I do like that one, but I do think I like the Amish Candy Shop one more. And I've read the first one in the matchmaking one, and I like really liked it because it was so much like the Amish Candy Shop, just a different side of it, and I really like that and stuff. So I do need to try some more of hers. I'm sure she'll probably be one that I will enjoy a lot more of. And Lisa says, my grandma dropped off 18 books she read and doesn't want any more. I'm pretty sure 10 of them might be Danielle Steele books. My mom used to love reading Danielle Steele. And Nancy said, Mr. Francie, I say go for it. I enjoyed this series, but that can't be named. I feel differently about it. I think it's personal preference. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Cody said, Mr. Francie, I found the series so charming and wonderful, and then it just didn't change, and it was super repetitive. And I think that happens in a lot of series that are long running, like even the Lois Penny one that I'm reading. It could have been like, I think it could be like 135 pages or so, like shorter. It's just rambling. It feels like it's just going on and nothing's happening. And I just really want to find out who the killer is, but I still have like 4 hours to listen. Just like, I even went to my library to look to see if they had like the paperback so I could kind of maybe skim and get to the end and find out who the killer was and be done. But yeah, sometimes those long running ones can just be that way. Yeah, the matchmaking books is good. Yeah.
Yes.
Mr. Francie, loving all the support, guys. I seriously think 2022 is going to be cozy mystery year for
Our
me.
work here is done.
Well, she has been successful. And cozy. If I hated it, I never would have read all 28. It just had a lot of potential, but sadly never had growth. Oh, you guys never let anyone know about my live cozy book call that you gals are going to be on. It's Sunday at 4 Eastern. I almost forgot about that. That's a good thing you said something.
Sunday at 4 Eastern. Lizzie Faye Loves Books. Elizabeth at Lizzie Faye Loves Books is doing a cozy mystery book haul live, and it's going to be so much fun. Anytime
to talk about cozies
is like A-okay with me. A-okay.
That's 3 o'clock my time, so I shall have to remember. Somebody give me a ding and remind me that I don't forget.
Thank you. And if you've sent the link, I didn't get it, just to let you know.
Yeah, I haven't got one either.
Okay.
And Nancy said, Danielle Steele is okay also in my book. I just don't read any author on the binge that works for me. Yeah, I've read a few Danielle Steele back when I was younger, but I haven't tried anything lately.
Yeah, it's been a long time for me too.
Okay, I'm done now. Are you sure? And Mel, I like how the Amish Candy Shop and the Amish Matchmaker series are related, and we get glimpses of characters from both series, no matter which one you're reading. Yes.
Yeah, and Mel, the thing that I really appreciate about this, and I said it in one of my videos, is that like you see all the characters in both series, but like you see them differently because of who they are in that series. Because like in the Amish Candy Shop series, the bishop's wife, Ruth, is really like seen as like scary, and people are like, oh, just do it because that's what Ruth says. Don't mess with Ruth. She's the bishop's wife. Don't mess with her. But in the Amish matchmaking series, the main character, Millie, and Ruth like went to school together. So they've known each other since they were kids. So Millie doesn't take guff from her. She's just like, Ruth, knock it off. And so like you see a totally different side of Ruth because she would
Yeah.
never behave that way because she kind of does. And in the other series, you just see her and treated so differently. It's just really interesting to see both
Yeah.
perspectives. I really like.
I like that's one of the things I like about it too. And I like the two little goats.
Me too. Peter and Paul. Is it Peter and Paul?
Something like that. Yeah.
I think it's Peter and Paul, which is really funny.
Well, it's 6:10, so you want to go ahead and do another read.
Yes, because I also have to run to the restroom.
Reading sprint. Okay. Read
I know, Anita, it's going to be so much fun. All right, guys, happy reading.
Oh, how'd your reading go?
Mine was good. I'm trying to see how much I have left. Looks like I have, maybe about 45 minutes left.
Cool.
I thought I had 22, but then I realized it didn't change. So that's not what it was saying.
I got to 79% on mine. I got a little distracted by the fact that we are under a tornado watch until 11 o'clock in December.
Yeah.
And like it's not even been that bad. I've heard a little rumble and all that stuff. But I heard the like little siren thing that my dad has go off downstairs, and it was a severe thunderstorm. But I'm like, but it doesn't even show anything on my phone, like anything around. But I think it's like a little bit above us and a little bit below us, maybe. But anyway, I was messing with my phone.
Yeah, that can be distracting. Are you enjoying your book?
Yeah, I am. It's cute. It's got some like crazy things in it that I think like kids would like. There's a parrot that tries to speak French, but he's always saying like calling the character like a mean name or something. And he's like, that
funny.
parrot hates me. It's her grandmother's parrot or whatever. It's funny. And so Mr. Frandy says, exactly, Tiffany, our work here is done. Hard work to find definitely paid off. So getting him to read Cozy's. And Cozy says, I can join the book call, but I will have to go live from my phone. We'll see how it goes. And Nancy agrees with me about long running series. They need to be spread out. And I think that is one of the things with like the Inspector Gamache. I've read too many of them back to back. And I think I should have spread it out a little bit more. But I only have this last one to read and I'd be caught up. So I just went ahead and done it. And I think I should have like just not read it quite yet. And Elizabeth says she has about 60 books. Wow. For the book haul.
Nice.
A lot of cozy mysteries.
Nice.
And she hasn't sent the link yet.
So. Got it.
And Jillian says, woo, all the cozy live shows this weekend. Yay.
I know, Jillian.
And Nancy said, is it this Sunday, Elizabeth? I want to watch for sure.
Mm-hmm. It is, Nancy.
Are Danielle still books PG? It's been so long ago since I read one that I don't remember.
The same for me. I mean, it was a long time.
Jillian says, my cozy TBR has tripled in the last few weeks since I first discovered y'all's channels. I just want to keep it growing exponentially. Well, I tell you what, hang on. It'll grow. It'll grow.
Yeah.
Watch any of Tiffany's like monthly recommendation things for like what's coming out and it'll grow.
Exactly. That is true.
Hers is even growing more than she needs it to, I think.
Oh, exponentially. Yes.
And Mel says, yep, Millie and Lois can handle Ruth.
Exactly.
Nicole says, I'm 80% into Aunt Dimity's death. I'm really liking it so far. That's another series I'd like to try one of these days. Don't fall asleep on me over there.
I know. I didn't sleep very well last night.
I haven't slept very well all week.
Yeah. I
get that way sometimes. I get like insomnia a little bit and I can't sleep.
I normally sleep just fine, but Kev left yesterday. It's just,
Yeah, it's just kind of weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nancy says, I'm listening to A Christmas Journey, a novel by Anne Perry, which is a Victorian cozy and really enjoying it.
Nice.
And Cozy is starting dinner during this sprint. Salisbury steak and gravy, stuffing, and broccoli.
Yum. That sounds delicious.
And she will listen to the St. Marin's Mystery Number 6. And Ria's got to head out. Have a good night, everyone. Yep, she's probably already gone, but bye.
Probably. Bye-bye. Have a good night. Thanks for coming.
And Cozy says, I've seen Anne Perry has a ton of Christmas books at my library. I'm not sure if they are part of a series or what. And hi, Bev says, hi, everyone. I just got done with working on 4 school assignments. Ooh, you need a break. Trying to catch up from being sick. Oh, yeah.
I
Catch
hope you're
up from
feeling
being
better.
sick. I hate catching up from being sick. Oh, cute doggy. Well, thank you. I think she didn't like the thunder boomers that was happening out there.
Oh.
Got,
Wow,
they only got
Leanna, nice.
21 pages read. Mr. Francie finished The Chance to Fly by Ali Stoker. 5 stars. Was fantastic. Yeah, it looks like a really cute middle grade. It's about a girl in a wheelchair, and I think her trying to be in a musical or something like that. I think.
I love me some musicals.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And Jane says, I gave it 5 stars as well. Are you singing the song now? I was all afternoon. And the song they're talking about is Defying Gravity. Oh, yep, there it is. Yep, Defying Gravity all day. And Anita says, I read about 5%. And Cozy's on chapter 3. And Cajun read 12%. And Nancy's at 79%.
Wow.
And Julian says, it's date night for us, so we're going to dinner. So if y'all aren't still sprinting when I get back over, everyone had a fantastic night. Enjoy your date night.
I hope that you have a wonderful dinner and date. Yes.
Hi, Hannah. Have fun. Okay, everybody's saying have fun and stuff. And hi, Julian, and she meant hi, Hannah. Okay. And Cajun says, well, she isn't the victim. This is not a Natasha Funda hate situation. This is a I want to smack her situation. So you probably know what she's talking about, Libby Klein number 2.
I have to go back and look at which one number 2 was.
And Mel only read 10 pages, 1 chapter, because it did the dishes too. Well, you were still productive anyway.
Exactly.
And Cozy said, I haven't slept good all week either, hoping I can tonight. I hope you can too. It's like by the end of the week, you're kind of like,
Me too.
This morning, the ladies at Denny's like, are you tired? You look tired. Yes, I'm tired. Are you going to have reading spits tomorrow, Tiffany? Yes.
Yes. It is the scavenger hunt pick for mood reading. So pretty much anything that you read will work.
I'm gonna have to pick something out I read unless I get this one finished, and then I can use the kids book. But I meant to work on 3 book problems so I'd have it done, and I forgot to do that because I forgot it was the mood read scavenger. But both of these are kind of like mood reads. I picked them because they were something I was interested in. So
yeah. Storm, I'm very sorry to do this to you, but I will be right back.
Oh, that's fine.
1 second.
Hi, Sherry. It says, Cozy said, every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern on Tiffany's channel, but not on Christmas. Yeah. So, Sherry, what are you reading? It can be a book I read. Yeah, that's what I was like. I'll have to pick a book that I read because I was like, I mean, the 3 book problem would have been like probably be like my biggest mood read. It would been just the book that I wanted to read, but I was really trying to get this middle grade book out because I was closer to the end of it than I was the other one. So Hannah, I need to finish some books so I can have a few mood reads. I think I can pick a Beauty Expos or Murder. Yeah. And Leanne says, what time zone are you in, Lizzie? I think she's in Eastern. Because I think she's in Florida. That's Eastern. And see if I can read this right. Reading equals happiness. Well, hi there, reading equals happiness. It took me a minute to read all that one.
Hello.
My bookcase wasn't able to work on carpet, but I took it off the dresser to put on carpet in front of the bed next to a chair, and it works. Now leaning. Now I got a reading area. Okay, I read
Nice.
mostly on iPad mostly. Okay,
That works.
it does. And Susan says I got through chapter 5 of Swamp Sweet.
I can't wait to read more of that series.
That name sounds kind of funny, the Swamp Sweet, because it doesn't sound like a cozy mystery title. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But I know it's set in what, Louisiana? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
And Sherry says I'm listening to Murder in the Muse, Agatha Christie, 4 short stories. Okay.
Come on.
And Hannah, that's on Anita's TBR. And Cajun says, I'm 99% mood read, so I can just pick anything I read this month. There you go.
Look at that.
I mood read pretty much too, because a lot of times I'll put stuff on my TBR, and then I'll still read stuff that wasn't on my TBR because it's like, oh, we'll just go with that. How was the Spy School book? It was good. It was funny as always. I'm caught up on that series, and I don't know if there's going to be any more, so I don't know if I'm finished or just caught up. But it was fun. It was set on a cruise ship, and there's always some kind of hijinks going on because they're not the best CIA agents because they're teenagers and they get into trouble sometimes. And then there's one character on there who is an adult, but he's more like a get smart character. And he's always bungling things. But in this one, he was seasick most of the time because they were on a cruise and he doesn't do well with motion sickness. So that was kind of funny.
Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy.
And Elizabeth says, I guess I can count Slashing Through the Snow as a mood read since I mainly read it since everyone else was. There you go.
Sure.
And I'm Eastern time zone. I thought you were. And Lisa says, read more of my Bible and 3 chapters of my book, using this time to get my to-do list done. I'm running so late for Christmas stuff this year.
Nice.
That's one thing I don't do a lot of is Christmas stuff, so I don't have to worry too much about it. And Cozy says, I think I'm putting off Slashing Through the Snow to fully enjoy book 3. I have to reread books 1 and 2 because I remember very little, just that I enjoyed them. Sadly, don't think I'll get to them now. So you should have started earlier. Should have started with book 1 last month, and then you could have book. Then you could. And Hannah says, I love that series, Anita. I was eager for December to hit so I can read it. And Sherry says, I often read a lot that's not on my TBR too. Yeah, I do.
Exactly. Wow. I only form my TBR in my head and I still go off of it. I still don't.
I do a lot of TBRs when I'm doing like readathons or something, so that I have the ones for that. But even those TBRs, like something might mess up, and so I'm like, oh, I don't really want to read that one. Maybe I can find something else to read in its place. So I do that all the time. Hannah says, same, Lisa. I just got the bulk of my shopping done today. Mr. Francie, Cozy. That's what works so well for me. I didn't know about the Christmas Tree Farm series till November, so I read them all practically one after another. Yeah. And that can be good or bad, because I know some said they thought that some things were a little like repetitive from the other books, but then I didn't remember them because I didn't read them back to back. So. And Lisa says, I send Christmas cards and gifts to my friends in Portsmouth, 500 miles away. And the post office service here is super slow at Christmas, so I should have done that weeks ago. God. Then they'll just get a really cool surprise in January.
That's right. That's right.
And Mel says, I'm trying a new to me Christmas cookie recipe tomorrow. So that hope they turn out. Fingers crossed they turned out.
Okay. Yep, you got my attention. What are these new Christmas cookies?
Yeah. What are they called? Yeah, I'd be curious.
I saw like a Christmas cookie hack that was like a box of strawberry cake, chunk pineapple, and white chocolate chips. And I think that was only other ingredient was oil. or eggs maybe or something like that because it was like a cake mix. And then I'm like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, that sounds kind of different. And
It was
Elizabeth
kind of
said,
good though at the same time. Like,
yeah, that's just one of those things you just have to try it and see if it come out.
maybe.
Though I'm not big on white chocolate chips, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Elizabeth said, Ro, I worried about that too, but it started coming back to me as I went along, slashing through the snow. And speaking of TBRs, I'm so looking forward to Lee's Mary Poppins one. Yeah. Did you see her announcement?
I agree.
Yeah. I like it because she calls it a mini bingo, so you only have to have three. It's not, I feel like I'm playing tic tac toe. Three, tic tac toe. And Hannah says, "Me too, Mr. Francie. I have my TBR planned out. Oh my goodness, Hannah, you're on top of things. I'm doing that one, and then I'm also going to do the New Beginnings. It's Zach and Casey's from Books and Bop. So I'm going to do theirs.
Oh, yeah.
There's, I think I can fit in pretty much what I'm wanting to read in January because I was trying to look through it because I'm like, I don't want to commit because there's just like a point system because they're doing teams. It's Team Zach and Team Casey, and you don't know whose team you are on until they do their live where they pull names to see who's going to be on whose team. So you don't pick teams, they pick teams. So I'm
How
like,
do
I don't
you
want to let
sign
my
up?
team person down. If you go to the video that shows what their announcement, it has a Google Doc. Like you sign up, you just like put your email address and your name,
Okay.
and that way they can contact you and tell you who's, in case you don't see their live, they can email you and let you know.
Okay, I'll have to go and do that.
And like there's one of them is like buddy read with somebody you haven't buddy read before, and I'm like, oh, that one's hard because like I have like my people that I'm buddy reading with, and I can't use them. I have to find somebody else. No.
Well, but it could just be like if we all buddy read a +1 for murder and somebody reads it with us that you've never read before, that would be fulfill that, right?
Yeah, but it's for January, so
Oh,
we'll read
I'm
that
just saying
next
any
month,
book like that.
yeah, but that's why I'm like, I don't know, but I don't know what I'm reading next month to know if anybody wants to buddy read anything with me. I'm so late in the game when Hannah already says she's got her TBR planned out, and I haven't even thought that far ahead. I'm like the last week of December trying to figure out what it is I'm going to read for all these readathons.
I don't ever like well, for those kind of things I do kind of plan out official TBR, but otherwise it's all in my head and then I still fight with myself and don't do it.
And Cozy says, yeah, I also have read 10 Christmas books since November, so I want to give Slashing Through the Snow its best chance. Little burned out on Christmas already. Yeah, you have went through the Christmas ones, yeah.
There can never be too much Christmas. I would celebrate Christmas every day if it wasn't.
Mel says she can't remember what they're called, the recipes in the magazine I have, but they're croissants made from a cream cheese dough and they have walnut filling. Sounds
That
good.
sounds delicious. I'm not a huge walnut fan, but I would do the exact same, but I will put it in a pecan filling.
Just night, Nancy. Nancy's said goodnight, trying to finish kebab number 5. You'll see us tomorrow.
Bye, Nancy. Have a great night.
And I agree, Anita. That sounds scrumptious.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Francie, yeah, looking forward to the team thing with Jack and Casey. Yeah. I feel like Zach's like, like a big, he wants to win, and Casey's kind of like, whatever, we're probably win. You're not going to win. Kind of. And Cheryl says, I'll have to check out Lee's readathon later, but I'm very interested because I really enjoy Mary Poppins. And the Penguins are my favorite, yes. Yes, I'm a huge Mary Poppins fan too. That's why I was like, I shall have to do that because it's Mary Poppins.
That's awesome, Sherry. I like Mary Poppins too. I was a big fan of Disney anyways, but I also really liked Disney like movies like that. Not necessarily anime that they've turned into live, like not anime, but like Beauty and the Beast live
Yeah,
action. I mean, it's okay, but I still prefer the like
the cartoon.
cartoon. But I do like I was a big Bedknobs and Broomsticks. I liked Mary
Yeah,
Poppins. I liked like those Disney movies that weren't.
yeah.
Uh,
That they
well,
were people, but then they incorporated a little bit of cartoon.
yeah. I
Yeah.
don't think it was Disney, but I was a really big fan of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang when I was
Oh
young.
yeah, I love Chitty
Is
Chitty.
that Disney? I don't know if it is or not.
It might be. I don't know.
I'm
I've
not,
got
I'm not
like
sure,
one
but
of
I
the
was a big fan.
I got one of the anniversary editions where it has the sing along, so you can put the sing along and you can sing
Oh, that's
along.
so cool.
I have that for Mary Poppins too.
I did not know that Chitty Chitty Bang Bang had that. I was a big fan of Chitty Chitty
Yeah.
Bang Bang.
And Anita, I'm not sure.
Ooh, see, good question, Anita. Good question.
Because I still have to read the read along, and then I have to read it. I'm gonna have to fit it in somewhere, so maybe next week I'll get started on it. I read a lot of things at the same time, so. And Cajun says, the more Christmas books I read, the more I want to read. I'm considering reading out of order to get Christmas stories even. Wow. I'm not that way. No, I'm fine.
I'm with you, Cajun. I was serious. I would celebrate Christmas 365 days a year if they let me. Not all aspects. Like I don't care about the presents all year. I don't care about the music. I like some of it, but I don't think I'd want it 365 days. But just the
Oh,
magic.
just admit it. You just want to eat all the cookies and the
Well, I'm just, yeah, I mean the cookies, you're absolutely right. But I think it's just I think that everybody's so much more nicer at Christmas and kind and
well,
and
some people.
well,
My cousin, the one that gives us a hard, that's you just wish wouldn't come to family functions.
oh,
Like we're having our Christmas on Christmas Eve, and that's her birthday. And so we just couldn't fit it in for Christmas. So it's going to be Christmas Eve. And she's like, well, I probably won't be there because that's my birthday. And we're like, okay, we'll have a Merry Christmas. But, that's fine with us because we're all like, yay.
oh.
But it's your birthday. Would you not want to celebrate it with family? I mean, I don't get it. You would even think that maybe she would think that people might actually bring her a birthday present too. I mean, because it's her birthday. She might get more presents that way. But no, she wants to go to Silver Dollar City. I don't know if any of you guys know what that is, but she would rather go there with her husband than spend time with family. So, and you can go there like any Saturday, anytime you want. You don't have to.
I would not want to go to an amusement park on Christmas Eve.
I wouldn't either. It'd be
I would think it would be
super
packed.
busy. It is. It'll be super busy. I'm like, how many weekends are there in December that she could just say, well, I'll go on this day for my birthday, but oh well, that means we'll have fun without her. And so Anna said their prompts were a little difficult. So I was just looking for, they are a little difficult. Like one of them was women's rights, read a book about women's rights. And I'm like, I don't know. Don't know a book about women's rights. And Cheryl said, I'd also put in pecans instead for that cookie recipe.
It sounds delicious.
And Tiffany, pecans would be so good. So would
almonds would be good too.
And Mr. Francis is a huge Julie Andrews fan, so it worked out well for me. Yes, I am a huge Julie Andrews fan.
Mr. Francis, we're like this.
Voices.
I love it.
I have to wait until Up to No Buddha comes out. No early talk about it. Well, we're going to talk about it in my Discord, so just don't look on that one. No sneak peeking. And so Jane says the weather has been crazy this season. It has been.
Yes.
Oh gosh, that's my argument with Aladdin. I love the animated one so much. The live action was so disappointing.
I agree. And I've never like I don't flat out like just like not like them at all, but I just like the cartoons better. And I love some of the live action Disney movies, just not the ones that yeah. I agree with that statement, Mr.
I like some of the older ones. Like my favorite is the like Roger and Hammerstein Cinderella with like I don't remember, was it Leslie Ann Warren? Is that her name? That played Cinderella. Anyway, I like the like really old one more than I did like the newer ones that came out. And
Well,
yes,
like
I do love the Gene Kelly
1,000
dancing
Cinderella.
with Jerry the Mouse. I do like that one. I remember that in one of his movies. He had that. Elizabeth said,
Have
did
you
you ever
seen-
see the incredible Mr. Limpet
Yes.
on Knots? That was a live action in the anime. Yeah, because that had the fish, didn't it? Was he a fish? Did he get turned into a fish?
Yes. I you know what? I love Don Knotts. So I've seen like like all of the Apple Dumpling Gang and the astronaut movie he was in. I don't remember what it was called. The Reluctant Astronaut, maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, I know like the shakiest gun in the West.
Yeah. But my grandparents had all of them because my grandfather was a big what's the show? Mayberry. Andy Griffith. So because he liked Don Knotts, and so he had all those movies. I loved them.
Yeah, I like Don Knotts. He's just funny. Says, "Oh, you titty bang bang, titty bang bang, we love you."
Exactly.
And he says, "I have a few books I have to read before good." Okay, well, see, there we go. We'll be good. I haven't seen a live action Atlanta. I loved Robin Williams' performance as a genie. Yeah. I liked the live action Atlanta. I can't even say it now. Aladdin, but I was never a huge Aladdin fan as cartoons.
Gotcha.
It makes a difference. Like my favorite is Cinderella, so I'm really picky on Cinderella adaptations.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there's 1,000 of those.
Yes, there is. Mel says they're called horn walnut cookies. I think they look more like crescents than horns from the Country Woman magazine. Okay.
Interesting. Did you all see the picture that I sent of the bug today?
Yes, I did. That was the weirdest bug I'd ever seen.
I sent it to my husband and he was like, that's a flying tarantula. I'm like, what? And he's like, I just made it up. Calm down. And I was like, you are so mean. Because it did. It looked like the body of it. If hopefully you could make it bigger and actually see the body.
It was fuzzy.
It was fuzzy and it looked like a tarantula body. And so he was like, that's a flying tarantula. You need to get away. And I was like freaking out. And he was like, I'm kidding. I'm like, oh.
He can still get you from afar. Yeah, my dad said it did look like it had like a tarantula body with wings because most moths aren't hairy like that on their legs.
I didn't think so, but yeah, I was like, is this some sort of like weird mutant bug that like in a few months we're gonna see like mutant bug plagues Florida? And I'm like, dang, Jill said something.
Oh well, you guys have everything else down there, right? So.
True.
I think was it Florida that it was in, I think, where you guys got some giant lizards or something, like these big lizards that are like kind of they're like they said there was like 1,500 of them or something like that. And I'm like, they're like the size of a dog, and I'm like, oh,
big lizards, huge snakes in some parts.
Yeah. So Cozy says, so many ebooks and series I want to read in 2022, but I won't be able to get to them. Need to prioritize. I know. My list keeps growing and growing and growing.
Yeah, that's the hard part is prioritizing because I want to read them all.
Trying to pick which one. I think Cozy does it real well, though. She like samples the book from Amazon, gets that little sample and reads a little bit and sees, oh, okay, well, I like that one, but maybe not right now. Then she'll sample.
That's smart, though. I wish I did that, but I don't.
Lisa says, I will be so happy if we could celebrate my birthday and Jesus' birthday on the same day.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, I don't know why she doesn't. And I mean, celebrating it with family, but I always thought that's what you would do on your birthday anyway, was celebrate with family. But I guess
right. That, yeah, you know. Everybody to each
Everybody's
their own,
different.
however they want to spend their birthday, I guess.
Yeah.
You know.
Hannah says, I saw the live action Lion King and I was so disappointed. I could have watched the animated version at home.
But the actual like theater version is amazing.
I bet that would be the one that I'd like to see. That one.
It's amazing.
My friend's birthday is 12/23 and he is Jewish, so he racks up in December because he also does Christmas too since we became friends. Hey, there you go.
Nice.
And they sound really good, Mel Mac. Yeah.
Those cookies sound really good.
And Mel said, Hannah, I love the live action Why do I not want to say that with my tongue? It doesn't. Aladdin. It's one of my favorite live action Disney movies. I also like the animated too. We are like this, Tiffany. Ha ha ha. Figaro the cat is singing the song of his people meowing. She's so funny. And Mel said, whatever, Mr. Francie and Tiffany regarding live action.
Uh-oh. Hi, Amber.
And IMB says, hello from my creative corner of creation. And Hannah says, well,
Right.
it is Florida.
True, Hannah.
Big gigantic stuff.
True.
Yes, it is.
I know.
Spiders shouldn't have wings. Exactly.
I know. It was big. You probably couldn't tell in the picture even how big it was. It was big. I was like, I'm just gonna let you live here and I'm gonna go.
Said, what about murder hornets? Yeah.
Yeah, those things are,
And says she samples a lot from Libya and Amazon. Yeah. It's a good deal. Good idea to do. And Sherry says, Mr. Francie Reed, you got me singing that song.
Is that a doggy?
Fell out of my trash can. Just,
oh, I thought that was a doggy.
no, but it made her move. Yeah, there goes some more. Ah. I have these in my trash bag over there, and they are falling out. So if you hear the noise, that's what it is. And the theater version is amazing.
Yes, Hannah.
Love the theater version.
Yes.
Oh, Sherry, you're welcome.
Yes, it is amazing.
We're past my 10 by a couple minutes, but you want to go ahead and do another reading sprint?
Yes.
We can just read to 40 or read to 42.
I'm good with whatever. I was looking at Hannah's comment. I'm good with whichever you want to go with. I know it was funny because people were like, maybe we should go. I think it's an omen. It's Friday anyway. So it's like, I don't think it works that way, but cool.
I'm going to say read to 45 just so it's even.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. So do your spiel.
Happy reading, everyone.
So, how did everybody's reading go?
I finished my book. It was good.
Yay.
It was really good. Hey, I just saw that Zach from Books and Bops got here. So, Zach, I just signed up for the New Year's readathon, but I cannot get your Discord to work. Now, let me just say this first. It's probably me. And you don't have to say, oh, no. It's probably me. But I've tried, and so I don't know if there's like a easier way for me to find you. I'm on Discord, so I don't know why I can't get it to work. I'll take ideas now. Go ahead, Storm. I'm sorry.
You're fine. It just reminded me I was going to like send you my Discord and see if you
Yes.
could.
Well, I want to join your Discord too, and I just never. Yeah.
I think that's where I was. It says spiders with wings. That's like crazy sci-fi stuff. Every time someone screams, a spider gets its wings.
Did you see that picture? No.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was in our office today. In my office today.
Lisa just bought some gifts on behalf of my parents. Going to use this sprint to pack some things and send them tomorrow and do some dishes. I'm always productive late at night. Okay, it's 1 a.m. there.
Woo. Woo. Yeah, I'm always this move. Yeah.
And then Cozy went to eat.
Ooh, she was
Here
having
for
a good
the
supper
ending.
too.
Hi, Zach. Here for the ending. Yeah. And Francie said, got 23 pages into Afterlife of Holly Chase. Such an interesting book so far, and so very happy to finally start my Christmas reads.
Yay!
Glad you're enjoying it. Hi, here we go. Read 16 pages.
Excellent.
I forgot to say, but I'm at 85% into my book.
Ooh, you're
getting close to being done.
Too.
And Hannah read 46 pages.
Holy moly.
And he said, haha, it'll help. Do you have Instagram?
I do not have Instagram, but I have Twitter. I don't know if that'll help, but I do have Twitter.
And Cajun read 12%, of course. And Nita said she finished a chapter. And
nice, everyone.
20 pages, slightly over 2 chapters. Hi, Cornflower.
Hey, Cornflower. If anybody has finished +1 for murder, let me know so we can talk about it because I loved it. Just saying.
It is one of those that I do want to get to this month. I swear, I think, man, I'm not reading enough. I'm not reading it, and then I look and it's like, oh, well, it's still at the beginning of the month. And then I get to the end of the month and I'm like, wait, where did the month go?
I know. Same storm. I just want to read too many books. But and so she, Laura Bradford's coming, but then the following week, Julianne Lindsay's coming. So if anybody wants to get in some of her books before the interview, if you're interested in that, she's coming the 16th of January. I am all caught up on the Christmas Tree Farm. I'm all caught up on the Apple Cider Shop. And I've read 2 of the Seaside Cafe. It's not my favorite
that
series.
One I haven't tried yet. I need to try that one.
But the other one that I really want to get a few in, I really want to try her Bonnie and Clyde series.
Yes,
I'm definitely going to try it. I'm definitely going to try it. I hope to try at least one, if not a couple, hopefully before the 16th.
Yeah, that one sounds like it's going to be cute. I need to try that one too. And then I tried her. I've read and finished her one by Julie Chase, where it's the Kitty Couture, where it's like a pet. She owns a pet boutique or whatever.
Oh, I always forget about that series.
Yeah.
And about that pen name.
And Sherry said she forgot to check where I am when I started, but only 2.5 hours left. So
ooh, nice, Sherry.
And Hannah says, I need to join the readathon. I'm excited to jump right in after a couple months of no readathons.
Yeah. Ooh,
and
I hope that we're on separate teams.
He sent you a friend request on Discord.
So. Ooh, okay, hold on.
And Cornflower says, I've been at the hospital all day with my youngest. She has a pretty complicated surgery, but is doing well. Got to see 2 grandkids. Oh,
Oh
Well, I
my
hope
gosh.
everything
Well,
was going okay.
I'm so glad to hear that everything looks like it's going okay. Really, really glad. I'll be thinking about you.
And Elizabeth read one chapter of Musaka,
Nice.
her youngest daughter. And Tiffany, you need to get on Instagram.
Y'all, I just figured out in 1 year how to use YouTube, how to use Twitter, and a juicer. So back it up. No, I'm just
And Discord, kind of.
and kind of Discord sometimes. I did just accept the friend request, so hopefully that works.
And
And
Mr. Francis said, glad she's doing well. Blessings, cornflower.
yeah.
Hannah says, I'm going to read her apple cider shop this month. I found them at the library again.
Yay, Hannah. They're so good.
And they're really good for this time of the year, too.
Yeah.
And Cajun said, oh, cornflower, glad she's doing well. Hope you get some rest, too. I know it must have been tiring day. That is so true.
For sure.
And Mel says, Tiffany, book 3
Ooh.
of the Seaside Cafe is Christmas. Along another on my December TBR pile, I read the first 2 a few months ago.
Good to know, Mel, because maybe I'll read that next because I did just finish number 2 and 3 is Christmas. But I really need to get on hardcore the Mistletoe Musaka.
Yes, you
but
must.
I was
So
too tired to read with my eyes tonight.
maybe it is the only way to get the Brie Baker. Is it by ebook or are there any audio?
No. It's it can do audio. I don't know about that particular one, but the second one was on audio.
I was gonna say you go through the audiobooks pretty quick, so
I do because I can.
we can get to that.
Yeah.
And Lizzie said, "Same here, Hannah. I'm going to start the apple cider series next week."
Yay, Elizabeth!
Hi,
I'm
Amber.
excited for everyone. That's such a fun series.
I'm glad she's doing okay. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hannah said, LOL, Tiffany, you don't want to win. We could help each other.
That's true. Let's talk, Hannah. Yeah. My bad.
And
I forgot. Hannah's a speed reader. What was I thinking?
Yeah.
Of course. Hannah, yes.
Yeah, and the more book, even if it doesn't count for like, I don't know, I think there's you can only do 1 book for each prompt, but you can still read books for that prompt and get like the points. So the more points you get and gather up or something, I think. And it's like if your team has to read, try to read 22 books. So, I mean, she reads a lot. So,
yeah. And I get through a lot of audiobooks.
so
wait, you can only read 1 book per prompt, but then you
think you can
books.
You get points per prompt, but I think you can only read 1 book for each prompt. Like for the prompts, but you can read more than 1 book to have it count. I don't remember. He talked about it. I'll have to. Okay. I know there was something about you could only do 1 book for.
Yeah, because I couldn't watch the whole video during the sprint because I listened and finished up +1 for Murder first, and I was like, oh, I have time to look at the readathon.
There you go.
But I did sign up, and it said record record submitted, so I assume I'm signed up.
Yeah, the sign up part was the easy part because
it was just my email and my name, so I'm guessing that I didn't mess that up. But you never know.
And Lisa said, I spent the sprint packing and cleaning the kitchen. Nice and productive. Yeah.
Nice.
And she said, cornflower, I'm glad your daughter's surgery went okay. Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
And Sherry said, be right back, Darla. All up in my face telling me she'd go outside. Okay. And Mr. Francie says, Tiffany, catching up. Leave her alone.
Yeah.
So you are bad at technology like me, Tiffany.
Oh, like the kid I'm no longer working with kids. I'm doing it older, but right now, but the kids were like, Miss Tiffany, like they're like 6. They're like, and I was like, I know. Yeah, no, I've been out of school a long time, y'all.
She says you're doing better than both her parents, though, at least.
There we go.
And Cornflower says, thank you. This is the same Dar that was in ICU in February from COVID complications, then on life support in July and August for the same problems. Boy, she's had a lot of problems this year. That's horrible.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
And Zach said he's a technology nerd, so feel free to let him know if you need anything.
Thanks.
And he said Cornflower is thinking about you and your family. She's only 21 with 2 daughters of her own, but today went well, so that's good.
Ugh, I'm so glad to hear that.
And Cornflower, may there be healing for your family. And I'm really glad to hear that, Cornflower.
Mhm.
Tammy, I'll be praying for her. Okay. And Hannah said, LOL, I'm trying to take a staycation next month just to read. There you go.
I like it. I like it, Hannah.
And Zach, can't wait to have y'all for the readathon.
Yay.
Zach's team will win. See, I told you he was all like, we're going to win. We're going to win. And thanks all, 2021 has been a rough year.
Yeah, for her and for the family. You know, it's so hard
Yeah.
for the family too. And I'm
But
really hoping
Casey
that
said
things
she
go
will be
better.
happy to take y'all on her team, even though it's random. Yeah, so you don't know whose team you're going to be on. And Cajun says, hopefully 2022 will be much better. Yes. And Cornflower has community is so important, so we're here to support you.
Yes.
I agree, Cornflower. 2021 has been really hard for my family too. I'm hoping 2022 will be better. And reading sprints are the best way to end the day. Books heal. Yes.
Yay.
And Ambi says, books and bops. I have a technology question. She has a technology question.
See, remember when I was having trouble reading one night and y'all thought that there was something in my coffee? I'm just saying, Storm, what's in the drink?
Yeah, I know. It's just hard. I never, I never liked reading. I never liked reading out loud, even in school, because I'm not good at it.
I'm
And
just teasing you.
I know, but I'm like, that's like one of my things that we're hosting. I'm like, and I have to read all this and I can't read it. It's always like my tongue gets tied.
You do just fine.
My tongue gets tied. And Zach says, what's up? Preach. Yeah, I hated it whenever the teacher would pick me to read out loud in school. I hated it because I was really slow at it, and then I fumbled my words.
I fumble my words a lot too. I sometimes just read a different word than
I think like my brain gets ahead of of the game sometimes or something. Yeah. I just seen Hannah's comment.
Who's she talking about?
Put her in timeout. Yeah, you.
Me? Little old me?
Lisa says, does anybody else get randomly motivated at 2 a.m. to get everything done?
No.
Because that's the time here and I want to finish my to-do list. No.
I absolutely, categorically is a no for me. I'm just saying, but maybe other people do. That's the best time for you. So I'm sure there's other people, but no. I'm sorry. Please don't put me in timeout.
You're okay.
I was just teasing. Tomorrow.
No, but can you come over to Georgia and do it? Oh. She wants Lisa to come over and do her stuff.
Right? Cajun, that's a smart idea.
What were you going to say?
Tomorrow evening, I'm serving hot chocolate at the live nativity scene at church 2 years in a row. I've graciously volunteered to be baby Jesus and I've been turned down. Seriously. I'm just saying. Just want to point it out. But so I guess I'm just going to give out hot chocolate and be happy.
Well, that's not fair.
I know. That's what I said. And
Mr. Francis says he had the opposite in school. He read too fast. Teachers kept telling him to slow down. And he says, I remember in school when we had to read out loud, I would pay no attention and follow along and then try to figure out what I had to say. And Hannah says, I'm talking about you, Beach Bum Bookworm.
Look at this innocent face. I mean, seriously.
And Zach says, I can't read out loud to save my life.
Yeah, I'm not. I really fumble a lot.
Lisa said, haha, I wish, Cajun. And Cajun said, my dad tells me he can't listen as fast as I talk.
Right?
Okay, on my YouTube channel, I have a few playlists, and as far as I know, I have everything set right, but they don't show on my channel. I have it set to public. So, Zach, can you help her out? Tiffany is baby Jesus for 2022.
Yes.
How rude.
Yes.
I
love it.
It says, can you message me on Instagram or Discord? I may be able to help you out, Ambi. So, LOL about your daddy, Cajun. Yeah. We had, before they got a divorce, when I was younger, there was a Vietnamese guy in my family. And my mom, she would talk really fast when she was talking and everything. And he's like, because he couldn't understand her. She talked too fast. Aww. He's like, slow down.
Aww.
But it was funny because he just looked at her like, I don't have a clue what you just said. Slow down. Sherry said, when I was in middle school, my teacher told my parents I read too much. Now, that's just not right.
That's a interest. Ooh, a joke. I would love to hear.
That reminds me of that there was a little kid at church told me a joke, and I'm sure everybody's probably heard it before, but it reminded me of Tiffany. Whenever I heard it, I was like, oh, I got to remember. And it said, why does Santa have 3 gardens? Because he has a ho, ho, ho.
I love it. That's a yes. Right.
And I was like, oh, it's a Tiffany joke.
It is a total Tiffany joke. I absolutely love them. Hannah, I am so ready for your mom's joke.
So Zach says Instagram and Discord are linked in all our descriptions, and Instagram is Zachary.Goodreads. So Ambi, send him your question. Maybe he can help you out. And at Tiffany, that makes me think of the scene in Four Christmases when Reese Witherspoon and Vince Vaughn were coerced into playing Mary and Joseph.
What do fleas and the Eiffel Tower have in common?
Oh.
Nice. Yes.
I kept trying. I'm like, I'm not getting it.
It makes me think of the what did the sausage say to the mushroom on the pizza?
Good.
You're a fun guy. I love it, Hannah. Thank you for that. And your kiddo at church had a really good one too.
It was really good. Storm, I'm laughing so much today. Yeah. Hey, laughter is the best medicine. So it's adorable. They both are. Yeah. Those were fun jokes. So I'm pretty sure you're probably about ready to wrap it up. So
I mean, I hate for you to wrap up early if you don't want to, but I'm
fine with wrapping up now. So, okay. But I know you're getting like super tired, and so I can see it. I can see it. You're like going.
I'm
See, you're too relaxed because you're like all that relaxed back here, and I'm sitting in this like chair, and it's like I can't relax, so then I'm not relaxed, or I'd probably fall asleep too.
I was just having a hard time sleeping last night.
Stop that. It's contagious.
I know.
Said good night, everyone. Thanks for the fun.
Good night, everybody.
So, see everybody tomorrow at noon EST.
Yes, at 12 Eastern. Storm, thanks for having me. This was so much fun.
Yeah, it
Thanks,
was a lot of
everybody.
fun. Bye, everybody.